Welcome to another edition of How to Q. If you're new to my channel, if you've never seen one of my videos, please subscribe. I'm always adding new content. I pretty much do a lot of DIY. Today, as you can tell from the title of this video, we found a little surprise during our renovation. You got good and bad surprises when you're doing a renovation, right? Well, I think we found a good surprise in a safe in the ground. The best thing about this whole situation was seeing the reaction of my wife. I'll show you that now.
Oh my gosh. Is that like a safe in the floor?
Open it up.
Oh! Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Yeah, I think she thinks we're pretty much going to finance this renovation by whatever we find out in this safe. As I called around, I found out it was about $300 to $400 for a locksmith to show up. So I'm going to show you how to break into a safe in the floor, which, disclaimer, I've never done this before. So let's see what happens and let's see what we find.
The first thing I did was call this locksmith that was actually still in business to see how much it would cost to break into it. They didn't have 1970 prices. Okay, idea number one, there were several, was to try and cut a square hole into the top of this safe and see what I could see on the inside. I could tell right away this was going to take a while. That was about 15 minutes of work and almost used most of the first wheel. This was probably not going to work. Okay, on to idea number two, which was to try and cut where I think a latch would be so I could just easily open it up. And this was just me knocking the dial off out of frustration. All I got out of this idea was an impressive light show, and that's kind of what you're getting out of it too. I was able to get all the way through and actually see what I thought might be the latch, but my grinder wheel wasn't big enough to actually get all the way through. Another bad idea. Time for idea number three. This is actually where our future master toilet is going to be, so I had to remove it anyway. So now I'm thinking, let me just take it out and beat it into submission. So this is me taking out the safe from the floor. This process was not going quick because of the hardener that they had put in the concrete that surrounded the safe was really tough to get through. I still want to get it out, but before I do, I still want to try and open this up. So now the next idea is to break this hinge off and see if I can easily open it from this side. Now here you can actually see it move and it actually lifts up, but it just does not want to open. Yep, looks like another bad idea. Let's go back to the jackhammer idea and trying to remove the safe. After I'd broken through the top part of the concrete, this hammer drill was key to get down to the bottom of the safe or find the bottom of the safe and try and pull this thing out. In order to get this safe out, I got in this cycle of using the hammer drill and then cleaning up the debris with this little shovel, a broom, and actually even using a crowbar to get into an area that I could actually shovel it out. I dug out one side and finally found the bottom, so I knew how much work I was getting into here. Finally, after about 2 hours of digging, we had movement, and now I can pull it out.
Finally, an idea that works. This safe is built so you can't get a wedge in between the top cover of the safe and the bottom of it. So what I thought I would do was cut the edges, which I'm doing here, beat that metal piece down so I could actually get a wedge in between the top of the safe and the bottom. And it actually worked. So like I said, this actually worked. What you're seeing there is one of the latches has broken off. And then what you're going to see on the other side is that one of the latches is still engaged, and all I have to do is get rid of that piece of metal and I've got it open. And of course, back to the metal grinder, I'll just try and grind that metal off so I can open it easier. So this is what I was hoping to find, and actually what I sent out to everybody that knew I had found this: an old wallet with some cash in it, a Rolex, but unfortunately not. Wow, that was painful. I hope you enjoyed that. I call it going caveman. There was no technique, obviously no knowledge of safe cracking. Thank God the contractors left all their tools for me to dig it out and break into it. So I will say, if you ever find something like this, you're going to want to find out what's in it. But I talked to a locksmith, and as I probably mentioned already in the video, they've never found anything. If you're a homeowner and you're moving, you're probably going to get your stuff out of your safe before you leave. But what the heck, it was an adventure. Hope you enjoyed this edition of How To Cube. Please subscribe. Please check out my other videos. I'm always improving and posting more videos, so please follow along. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on How To Cube.